Hello. Interesting. There's like a delay. How many seconds is that? Wait, stop. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. 10-second delay. So I don't know. Do you just like do this and ignore that that's going on over there, and you never look over at it because it would distract you, stop you in your tracks? Well, let's record it. So strange. 10 seconds away. All right, well, here we have the basic schematic. My dad was a electrical engineer. Electrical engineer. What do I do? Turn that down. Yeah, turn that down. I don't need to hear it. Somebody else will hear it. But here's the schematic. We're talking about the process of emotioning, which I've seriously considered describing it as the fifth force, because I think what it does in terms of connecting the living, existing in meaningful worlds and multiverses with the physical world. And this connection is lawful, and it involves forces like gravity that are definitely capable of manifesting outcomes in the physical world, right? Gravity you can't see, but it certainly has outcomes, and predictable and lawful outcomes in relationships. So it has that feature. And so does emotioning. And it doesn't lead to psychokinesis, but it's psychokinetic by proxy. Watch me make this bag of meat, this humanoid, watch me make this bag of meat behave in certain ways because I know how to trigger this force inside it that gets it to move in certain ways. So I'm gonna make it run. Watch. I scare the shit out of the person, runs away. I'm gonna make it fight. I corner them and I keep poking them, and all of a sudden they fight. I'm going to, make them show you their appetite. I'm going to not feed them for a day and a half, and then I'm going to seduce them with delicious food. You wouldn't necessarily get 100%, um, predictable outcome, because the factors that you're considering, while they're universal, wouldn't universally apply to each individual specimen. What would trigger, X in this hungry person versus X in that hungry person? There could be some outliers, there could be some individual differences that are rather extreme. But, you demonstrate the rule despite the exception, that we can make people, well, I can make them run. I can make them hide, I can introduce shame. I can make them apologize. I can make them feel guilty. I can make them cry. I can do all these things knowing how these mechanisms, these operations work in general for human beings. And I just need to know enough of the person's specifics to manipulate these variables, you know? So this is something the advertising industry has understood forever. People can easily have their emotions be triggered and manipulated. And if you trigger their emotions, you'll be manipulating their behavior in relation to the emotion triggered. So for all our highfalutin talk about being sovereign entities and rationally in charge of our own each and every step along the way kind of thing, like, nah, that's not it. And after looking at it closely, you're likely, if you can actually salvage any sliver of a concept that smacks of free will or the intellect being in charge. Not that the intellect is worthless or doesn't help a lot, but it doesn't really set the target for the organism. Our appetites, our emotional responses do that. So once the appetite, the inner philosopher could question whether or not you really want to eat and support the body, but that won't overcome hunger or the weakness associated with not eating. But you can philosophically fast yourself to death. I mean, it's not like you can't override these things. You certainly can. But generally speaking, your own system will demand a good enough reason to do so. You want to override survival and just sort of not eat and ignore the pain, and it's been done. People have starved themselves to death in protest, right? Going on a hunger strike. I'm not going to eat until you just die. You're a martyr for the cause. So be it. What is that? Meet the embroidery community. What? Now, does this end up getting saved? Oh, we could save it. Okay. One watching. Started streaming 7 minutes ago. Hey,
Hey,
can you hear me?
yep.
What's for dinner?
Um, Hamburger.
Hamburger?
Mm-hmm. Mm. So good too.
Like what, with barbecue sauce or something? Or
Um,
just ketchup?
I marinated it like for 24 hours in Worcestershire and soy sauce with some seasoning, and then I put them in the air fryer for like 20 minutes at 400 degrees, and then they're done. I pull them out and I eat it till I.
Are you like a secret chef?
Yeah, actually, I am.
Oh yeah? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Make really good
Cool.
food.
Yeah, because I never, like one day in my life, I suddenly decided I wanted to learn how to add spice to food and stuff. And I haven't gone crazy. I haven't bought equipment, but I watched the I watched the show, the Food Channel.
Mm. Let me
And,
show you
and
how
and then
much.
when I get a chance to cook, I will season the shit out of things, and stuff. So
Let me show you my refrigerator. All the different sauces and shit that I have. It's ridiculous. Um, Okay, here we go. Ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. I turn this thing around. Nope, that's the wrong one. Where is it at? Right here.
Yeah, there it is. Holy shit, yeah, you got sauces. You, you check the expirations and find something that was 2 years ago?
No, no. Believe it or not, everything gets used up really quick.
I bet.
I know what. Ritz.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a sauce and spice guy too, so that's
Oh
cool.
yeah.
I respect that. Someday we'll have a conversation. You'll tell me some of your favorite spice stories or whatever.
Oh man, I mean, I have like just some of the best. This stuff's really good. That stuff.
Do you find yourself going through phases like I'll use the onion powder for 3 months and then I stop using it as much and go on to something else? I mean, there's so many different cuisines in the world and stuff, so I got interested in Thai food. There's all sorts of things you can do at home for Thai food.
Have you ever heard of a blue banana?
A blue banana? I don't think so.
This is a blue banana tree right here growing. It
I,
actually grow. The bananas are actually blue, and they taste like vanilla ice cream.
no shit.
Yeah, a friend of mine got that for me because she's thinking about starting some kind of business where it's like like a kind of like an ice cream, like how the ice cream trucks go around and stuff like that. But
Yeah, yeah.
it'd be just blue bananas and
Just blue banana?
mhm.
Okay. Well, you'd have to get more people to know about it. You got some
Yeah. Did you know?
you got some PR to do with that one.
They also have red bananas and purple bananas. I didn't know there was so many different color bananas.
I didn't either. I thought they were all Chiquita.
Mm-hmm. Yellow. Mm.
Yellow, like the Chiquita lady. Well, I never heard back from Sellers, but I thought Bree was going to join us. Um, but let's get cracking anyway. I'm recording this, so
All right,
we got to get going.
let's go.
Some things to talk about. I've decided some of what has stalled this is trying to streamline the format, make it easy for people, and make it useful. At the same time. I can't saddle you guys with too much of, I don't know, indecipherable information or too much vagaries or complexities. We gotta keep it pointed and somewhat simple. So I thought what we should do is have a framework. We're gonna treat you guys like you're in a graduate program and you're forming a study group. That's what I want to do. You're in a graduate program forming a study group. Now, we're not, I mean, that's the mindset we have. We're not telling the world that that's exactly what this is or anything, but that's how I want us to think about it. So imagine the three of you. I just met you, and you were hired hands, but you had personalities, and you were good at podcasting, right?
Mhm.
So with no background, I would hand you assignments. You would read the assignments, then you would get together for a study group where you would kind of intelligently talk about the material. But as human beings getting together, the conversation's allowed to go wherever it could go, but you have a study group sort of assignment. You come together for a reason, right? So there's something I hand you ahead of time. You guys read it, then you get together and you talk about it. Now that get together to talk about it happens as a podcast, right? So
Oh,
you're aware that the world is listening in on your study group. So it's not like we're pretending. So the world wants to know what you make of this piece. Now, all you need is a few talking points. We don't need you to thoroughly understand them. We're not wanting to educate the whole world. We're wanting to interest the whole world. But if we're educating you guys as we're doing it, I mean, you're busy becoming experts in this. Now, there's no reason for this to ever end because, as far as I'm concerned, the application of this model is to everything that troubles humans that has anything to do with the human mind, which is virtually everything except for Prader-Willi syndrome, like, or dementia. I mean, the mind's broken. Like the few organic things that have nothing to do with the mind, the brain's not working, we don't speak to. I'm not that kind of expert. I don't cut the brain open. I talk to people by using their mind to access the brain if I need anything from the brain. So this gives it something that's honest, organic, and valuable for everybody because you guys benefit. I think the world would love to eavesdrop on this because you're going to be like. So imagine my graduate school class. The number of people that apply to get into a clinical psych class, like at University of Connecticut at that time, there would have been 800 to 1,500 applications for 9 spots. There's only 9 slots. So you've got to have your impeccable credentials. And what they did was they took 9 people that were pretty exceptional. And unlike the old days, they said, we wanted you here, you want to be here, so we want this to work out. We're going to work with you. You really have to like really suck to get thrown out, kind of thing. Because we'll let you take the test over, that kind of thing, right? We'll let you, we want you to make it through. And so this was, they figured out they should do this rather than make it competitive. So we would want to get together as a group and raise our group scores. You know what I mean? Like let's be a great class here, as opposed to, oh fuck, I want to get the A, I'm going to give her the wrong notes. You understand?
Yeah.
Like they wanted the study group to be a synergy to help everybody be a better psychologist in the end, which I thought was, kind of brilliant. So we were cooperative. We swapped notes and stuff. So we had one woman among our 9 who she was extremely fucking bright, right? And she had nothing to do with psychology before she got there. She was already in her 30s, but she was one of these people with a super high IQ. She was going to be good at anything. But so she's interested, and one of these, would like to hug the trees and save the world and all the suffering people. But she was sharp as shit, so she'd be sitting there listening intently to a professor while she'd be knitting something. Okay? Now, the hands are going with the knitting, and she's listening, so she's not even paying attention to it. It's just happening, like unconsciously. And then she'd take notes. Now, her notes were on index cards. And on index cards, like 5x8 index cards.
Like flashcards.
Like flashcards, but she wrote so fucking tiny and so clear, it's like they were useful to her. But if you borrowed her notes,
they're doing no good.
Well, they actually did some good, but you really have to squint and shit to see it.
Yeah,
but this is
magnifying glass.
But this is the kind of brilliant person she was, but the mind's just fucking so sharp, right? She's taking these little notes and doing the knitting and paying real close attention at the same time. And I'm there, trying to like figure out what they're saying and waking up from, the sleepless night before. And so this was my class. They were all kind of freaky people. But it was very cool to get together and help each other get through this. Because it was a lot, right? Now, I didn't even necessarily keep in touch with hardly any of them after. It was like surviving an ordeal.
Yeah.
We were different people. But there were a couple of them I actually did stay in a little touch with.
Not Oliver.
Because we were more alike, But that's what I'm sort of envisioning. You guys have been sort of handpicked. There's no failing this, right? Now you all have some background and you all have some reason to find this personally relevant. So during the study group, some of what you guys will be doing will be building relationships, sharing shit with each other. It'll be like an unfolding therapy group, but we won't be calling it that. It'll be a study group with feeling. You know what I mean? So this brings stuff to life. It brings you guys front and center to be authentic personalities, like you are going to be the stars. I mean, imagine people tuning in because they want to hear finish the story about your daughter. You know, they want to hear the story, right? They have questions about it and stuff. And they want to see it go places, right? You know, like over time, you say, well, what does Dr. Lucan say about these sort of things? You know, well, there's 100% universal opportunity for forgiveness around the clock. What does that mean? You know, what does that
Hmm.
mean? It means there's always hope. There's always hope for the repair of anything that's broken in a love-based relationship. So that's, that's the image I have of what we're going to be doing. That's the image of what we're going to be doing. So uh, I'm gonna send things to you that I know are relevant to the audience. I'm gonna do things and send things that are relevant to the times. I'm gonna send things and do things that are always relevant to the theory. So this is like spoon feeding pieces of the theory without making it indigestible. So you guys won't have to suffer with the material. It'll just be kind of fun, enjoyable, and enriching and enlightening. There's no reason for people not to tune in. We're not threatening people. We're not harming anybody. If in fact people get uncomfortable, it might be because we're too emotional at times. But that's also the kind of thing that'll make so many of them want to tune in and stay tuned in because it'll be real. They don't have that much trouble being real. People that are holding a lot of shame have trouble being real, right? I'm trying to act
Or
like.
people have a hard time of showing their emotions or processing them.
Well, that's right. And some of that's based on their shame. I don't want people to think I have feelings. God forbid. That would suck. Well, they'll use it against me, right? And yeah, you're right. They might. Unless people, there will be trolls. You guys will develop some thick skin. There'll be trolls for the whole time. There's always trolls. You're inviting the whole world in.
I know you definitely, and you can't take anything personal
You really can. And the trolls are crafty people. They often are good at finding your vulnerabilities. So.
and exploiting them.
Yep. But that's part of the price of doing business in this world.
I mean, it's really not that. I mean, it's not really that big a price really to pay if you think about it. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion or whatever they want to think or anything like that.
Yeah, but if you've had a thing with being bullied, it can plug you in. You're just trying to sing your little song, and they want to like throw stones at you. It's like fucking. But the world is full of cruelty. And think about it. You have your two dogs getting aggressive with each other. They also kind of love each other,
They do. It's really weird.
in a doggy sort of way. But they have this. They rub each other the wrong way. They're too symmetrical, meaning they both want the bone at the time that the bone seems available or something.
And I'm getting Maverick is I'm getting him neutered next week. Oh, this week coming.
That might help.
I'm hoping it does.
Yeah, I don't really know what that does to their testosterone, but it must be something. I mean, clearly the testicles have something to do with it.
Oh yeah, I mean, they say that it'll calm them down. I mean, but then again, the vet said, sometimes it doesn't help.
Yeah, right. It's other issues or whatever.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm hoping. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that it'll do something. It'll calm him down a little bit, or I mean, I hope it doesn't he doesn't like hold a grudge like, oh man, you just having the balls cut off. If you thought I was mad at you before, I'm really mad at you now.
Yeah, right. when,
So
when you say hello to them the first time afterwards, make sure you're careful.
yeah, he might try to take mine out.
No, I mean, did they tell you how much the dog hurts from that? I mean, that must be something.
I mean, they say that it's relatively not painful at all. Um, that's what they say. I mean, I don't know how
Well,
they
they
can.
put him under, of course, during the procedure, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. But then I mean, something's been cut and stuff, so
Uh,
it can't be completely pain free, right?
I mean, yeah, I would imagine. I mean, I know they give them some type of like pain meds for like the first couple days or whatever after, but
Mm.
I mean that's pretty much it. I mean, it's not like a, it's not like like they're getting like a kidney removed or something like that. I mean, it's just the two little
Right.
testes in the sack.
You find your dog later in the week sneaking into your wallet to go purchase more pain meds.
Yeah, or no, or he's scrolling down Amazon looking for nudicles. You know they do that. They put fake testicles inside the sack.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they're called nudicles. Yeah,
Okay.
just so it looks like your dog is still has them even though he doesn't have them.
My dog would request a little enhancement while you're at it, if you could like
Yeah,
make
yeah, yeah.
them.
Can you give a little extra down there, buddy?
I want to be known as Big Balls. Could you?
They call me the big one.
Uh, not much of a size issue for them, I guess.
So yeah, my mom's been on my ass about. Um, she's like, oh, so what's going on? You know, um, what's going on with the podcast and da 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 da, and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, listen, I was like, we're getting it all together. We're gonna be up and running here, really soon. And because my dad was the one. He's like, maybe we should give Nick the Mercedes, so I'll have a vehicle to drive. But then he's like, but how's he gonna pay for insurance and gas and da 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 da. And my mom was like, well, he's working with Lugans right now, and he's like, what's going on? And she's like, well, I don't know what she said to him, but all I just keep telling her is like, it's in the works, and that we're getting really close to,
Well,
roll.
we do want to have a product to stick under people's noses. So that's the very next step is, so we did the practice, but I want you and Nick and Bria to field this first study group thing. So we're ready to go with that. I just have to get you guys together. Now, we might want to have a meeting or two if between the three of you, you need a little more prompting, coaching, structure or whatever. But otherwise, we can just jump right into it and start videotaping because we need snippets. Nobody's going to watch a whole fucking podcast necessarily to get proof of concept. It'd be nice if we could put a whole 20 minutes together, right? That has no stops in it or whatever. Because the raw footage would be valuable, right? To show that this is a natural thing. It's not, it
Yeah.
doesn't require anything besides getting together and having the thought of it. So, but I got to tell you, Holly's busy lining up some opportunities that are going to be off the chart. So, do you know who Waka Flocka is?
Yeah, no, Waka Flocka. Yeah.
Yeah, well, so Waka Flocka and her have been talking. He likes this, and he's going to be a guest on our show.
Nice.
Okay, so he's got about 18 godzillion fucking followers or something,
Yeah,
right?
he's got quite a big following.
All right, so
I mean, he's not as relevant as he was a few years ago, but he's still well known,
he's
very
still
well
well
known.
known,
Yeah.
and it's not a surprise that he'd be into this kind of thing. I mean, I don't know the guy or anything, but it sort of fits with his brand, and so, uh,
If,
but
if
but
we if
but
we
he,
get if we get Kevin Gates on the podcast,
I don't know who Kevin
that would
Gates,
be.
I don't know who Kevin Gates is, but the point is, Holly is a funnel to all sorts of celebrities up
She
and
probably could
coming.
get him. Holly probably could probably.
What do you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is?
Gary Vaynerchuk,
Gary V.
Gary V.
Look him up right now. Are you in
Okay,
your phone?
okay.
Yeah.
What? Wait, hold on.
Just say who's Gary V.
Gary V. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
He's like
Okay,
He's Mr.
Gary V. Vanderchuck, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I know who that is.
yeah. So I mean, nobody knows his last name. He's Gary V. But so he and Waka Flocka are buddies. So she went from introducing herself to Waka Flocka at an event to impressing her. Waka Flocka called Gary V. She went to see Gary V and had a conversation with him and impressed him.
Yeah, but what?
Okay.
Yeah, but what is he known for? Is he just like a motivational speaker?
Yeah, and Mr. Social Media, he was talking to all the influencers were tuned into him for how to get known and stuff. He was Mr. How to do it. But also how to do it from a motivational standpoint, right? Are you authentic? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Can you tell the truth? Like whatever. So Yeah, but he made a name for himself. He's very connected. He also has 80 million, followers and stuff. So the point is, what we're doing could go from 0 to 1,000 miles an hour
in a split second.
in a second. So I'm not into. I don't want to rush us to. I mean, I don't want to baby step and miss opportunities at all.
But you don't want to push us out there and not be
Yeah,
ready.
all of a sudden, Waka's call next week, and we're like, hey, if sellers, could you please put the baby down and come on? Like, we got to have our shit together.
Please, come on. Come on, get
This is
get
kind of
some help.
important. If you ever did one for the team, take one for the team now. So she's busy doing this. And what I'm saying is, this means we can actually, we don't want to take our time. I don't know how to say this. We want to be careful about the product without wasting time, right? We don't want to just sit on our hands, but we want to be careful about the product. We want to be mindful. So I was sort of thinking none of this was going to happen right away until we had, 10 meetings under our belt. But if this is happening from our show and tell proof of concept demo, and they want to get on already just from talking about it, we got to get our asses ready. You know what I mean? We got to do it. But we want to do it right now that we have them. This has to go from off the ground to like looking good on the first step. That's sort of what I'm saying. Right? So not the pressure.
We want to make it look like it's at least polished somewhat.
Yeah, a little polished, little together. So there's it's not too difficult. If I send something, I say I want this to be for the study group, and the three of you talk and you say you don't like it, I'll send something else. You know what I mean? Like, in other words, you're not really just pleasing me. We're a team, right? So I'm going to put something together I think is going to have some value. You guys are going to watch it, and then you're going to get together, and we're going to tape whatever you do when you get together. Now, that's going to be the thing that we fiddle with a little bit and say, maybe we should take it this way, maybe one of you should be doing that, that kind of thing. We could fiddle with it. But that's going to be the raw, organic piece of it, which is really honest and pure. I kind of love that idea, like you guys are going to digest this with the best part of your minds and your hearts. You're going to get together with like-minded, smart people who are interested in recovery for all the right reasons, and not just recovery. You have interest beyond that, but that's, this is sort of the reason we're getting together. We're going to have on these wild guests. Some of you aren't going to know these people, but it's going to be kind of cool. And where is it going to go? Because at every point, people are going to be saying a little bit about mental health, getting well, healing yourself, and Dr. Lukens. Like this is all good. It's all good, and it won't be hard to do. Won't be hard to do, Like nobody has to memorize lines or anything. Well, it might be a little bit of that, like, now a word from our sponsor. It might be a couple of those things, right? No, seriously, there might be some of that, but it won't be a fucking shit. Nobody have to memorize overnight. You might have to read something, Ollie's talking about flying people in and getting to a studio. Like she's already willing to spend money because she thinks this thing.
Wait, before we get into a studio for
a real podcast studio. Yeah, well, we get together and spend 8 hours and do 12 shows or something. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. You rent the space and you make it professional. Line up some call-ins and stuff. Because we could always do that. We could Zoom some of our guests in for sure, right? You don't have to fucking.
I mean, how do they do it? Oh, Joe Rogan, he usually has his. He has
people fly in. Yeah. He's got a studio. So that's cool. I mean, when the money for a studio is small potatoes and you have 8 million people watching, that's a great thing. I wouldn't mind doing that either.
Now, how do we monetize this?
Well, that's a darn good question. So there's the issue of just having followers, and as a result of that, you get some branding, marketing. You could have product placement with a sign behind you, whatever they do. But the monetizing for us will be easier than most people on podcasts because we also are connected to a slew of mental health services. And some of that is of the self-help variety, which we can package any way we feel is appropriate, including, look, if you have 1 million followers and they're ardent followers and you sell something for $8, and half of them buy it, that's
That's that.
like,
That's a lot.
yeah. So there's when you get the numbers, there's no end to the number of ways you can monetize, right? That's the point. If you don't get to the numbers and you're struggling, but that will be different for us because there will always be an assortment of people, percentage of them who are listening who say, I want some of that, and they're not going to get my direct time or anything. Like I said, we could turn you guys into coaches, but even then, the demand would, if this was something that, caught on, had all sorts of people being interested, we can't sell our time, because that'll be the worst thing for us to sell. We got to sell something we can reproduce thousands of them. So we could sell extended versions of the podcast. If you found that one interesting, the crew actually hung around, talked for another hour, just never made it to the tape. So there's all sorts of things you can do. And look, we have some good capitalists on the team at that point. We'll figure it out.
But we'll have like shirts and
Yeah.
mugs and
We'll have
all
some
kinds of
cutthroat
pens and
capitalists helping us with our love adventures.
uh,
No, we'll have well-intentioned people at the top realizing what we can create of great value and charge a reasonable price to have millions of people benefit from what we're doing. It'll come easily. It won't be that hard to do. And then, look, if you make yourselves sort of famous just by being yourselves, then you can go off and sell, hockey equipment and boating equipment and anything you want.
oh yeah, because then you'll be like a household name and
You'd be a
people.
household name, yeah. I mean, Joe Rogan can't do shit, but I mean, you guys could do something.
Joe Rogan, he can put his name on anything and people buy it.
At this point, yeah, I don't think he wants to spend his time doing silly things, like why should he, right?
He does. He did like a that neurogum.
Yeah, yeah,
So check it out. He never they never approached him to do like a advertising or anything like that. But like he had like he was chewing the gum and he was talking about it on his show, telling about how amazing this stuff was. And just overnight, dude, the stocks for that thing they're like like hundred like multi millionaires like in the hundreds of millions now because
yeah,
of just Joe Rogan's just plugged them just for free. He didn't even ask to do it. He just did it.
yeah. Well, so if you guys get that powerful, then we won't be talking about how to make money. We'll be talking how to spend it, I guess, right?
Yeah, how we're gonna put it in vehicles and move it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
did you hear that Trump he they arrested like almost the whole entire Sinaloa cartel. It was like 660 arrests in one day, and he seized over 7,400 kilograms of cocaine. So I asked ChatGPT whatever, like what does that break down to? It's like 16 million grams and it's like 16,000 pounds of cocaine. Like that's just absurd. I mean, so then I asked ChatGPT. I said, okay. So I said, like, what if I had a Toyota Corolla? I said, how many Toyota Corollas would it take to
mm,
transport that much cocaine? And it's 45 cars with like 500 like pounds in each
yeah,
to move all that. I mean, that is like he's just doing some crazy shit now. I was surprised like they haven't tried like killing him.
yeah. Me too. Um, Now you were never that big on cocaine, were you?
No, I hated that shit.
Yeah, made you too jittery or whatever.
No, I just didn't like the way it made me feel like dirty. Like when you'd come down, it's like you just felt like gross.
Mm,
And then
interesting.
I didn't like the way like it would make you like like kind of like fiend for it a little bit. Like I just didn't.
Hmm.
There was nothing really appealing to me about it.
Yeah, interesting. And meth was similar
Well,
speed.
meth was a little bit different because like I didn't get high on it like other people get high on it because the way my makeup my chemistry is because I was taking Ritalin since a very young age and
Yeah,
Adderall and all that like so my body's like used to having something like that in my system, so I wouldn't act all like like I'm all like fucked up and shit. I would be like really like focused and really like like there,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I just but see that then that started to get like to the point to where like I just it wasn't letting me sleep very much. Hello.
I'm here.
Okay, okay. No, I had another call coming. I had to hang it up.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but no. So I mean, my Adderall, like basically what it does is it does the same. Um, it does the same effect. Like it keeps you like focused and stuff, but without
Mhm.
all the like the bad side effects of it. Like like not being able to sleep and not being able to eat and all that other crap.
Well, when were you last on Ritalin or one of the amphetamine type meds for
Well, I mean,
ADD?
I still take Adderall now.
Do you?
But I don't take it every day. I mean, I'm supposed to take it twice a day, and sometimes I'll take it once. Sometimes I don't take it at all. It's just usually I take it like if I need to like focus or like study or do something that's like
Do you think it
really like
still? Do you think it still helps?
yeah, it does. It helps you stay
Noticeable?
focused.
Yeah.
It helps you stay
Okay.
focused and on task.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that might be one of the topics we explore. The use of medication for ADD and whatnot. Um, One of the things that we're going to do is make it personal and relevant if we can. So, and nobody needs to fix anything because we can talk about it all, right? Like we don't have to be fixed before we study it. That's one of the premises. Like, we're gonna we might invite on people that like need to be in detox, but but
Man,
but
oh
we'll,
man.
yeah, we'll make plans to make sure the detox happens after we talk to them or whatever,
What do you want, brother? Jeez, look at this guy. He's like he's just he's like
What are you
eh.
talking to me about? You said you're talking about somebody getting their nuts cut off. What's the deal?
Uh,
Tell him it's not him. He thought his nuts
yeah,
were injured,
trust
but
me, bro. It's not you.
my nuts. I don't want my new. I've seen those things. I don't like them. Give me a break.
Oh
He's
my
so
God. Come on, bro.
sweet.
Get off.
He's sweet.
Get off. Go. Come on. Get down. Get down.
Give him one kiss, then send him on the way.
Okay, that's it. Okay.
Bye.
Get down. Get
Say
down.
bye. Say bye.
Down. Get down. Down.
Bye.
Down. Down. Go. Go. There.
He's still the king. Still my house, even though you guys have
Oh yeah.
threatened to kill me.
He's funny. Like he chooses like the weirdest times to want to get up off be around me like
Time for affection. Yeah, exactly.
yeah weird times he picks.
Probably he's been sitting in the corner having a thought he knew he was wrong and he felt guilty. He's coming to get forgiveness.
But the thing is, like, so the last, remember I told you, like, the last three fights they got into, Oliver was the one who was the aggressor.
Yeah.
But the very last time, it was funny because he's got like the pointed snout and it fits just between the cage fence and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
his snout was like sticking through, and Maverick got it and he had it right by his nose,
Oh, geez. Yeah. Okay.
and was not letting go.
Yeah. Oh,
And
wow. Ouch.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I was worried like he was gonna like tear his nose off or something like that. So
Yeah.
like
But
I
look,
started to panic, and I took my sandal off my foot, and I just started pretty much
beating
whacking him
on
on the
him.
head with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And after like about eighth or ninth whack, he finally let go.
Wow.
But I mean, I just it's literally like the most sickening feeling when they fight each other when they
Oh,
get
for
into it. It's like
sure. They're gonna hurt
it
each other.
literally makes me like ill.
Yeah. Well, it could kill them. I mean, not too likely, but I mean, and then come close, they could ruin each other's health.
Yeah.
And think if he had Ollie's teeth, he probably would have ripped the nose off.
Oh, for sure. And I'm surprised Oliver hasn't, I mean, Oliver's gotten Maverick pretty good a couple, really good a couple times, but like not like to the point to where like I had to bring him in and like get him like stitched up or anything like that. That the fact that I'm afraid to even like bring him in there because then I don't want the vet labeling the dogs as you know um, uh, vicious or like
Incorrigible. Yeah, right.
yeah. So
Not
I
good
try to
for
stay
the
away
community.
from the vet as much as I can. I pretty much do my own um, vetting if I have to. I mean, if obviously if it's something that's like out of my realm, obviously I'll take them in. But if it's just like if they got like a little little cut on his face or you know something like that, I do it myself. Okay, bro, enough. Come on. I gave you half my
Does he
burger.
have to go out or something?
No, he just wants me to he just wants me to love on him. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Okay.
No.
Okay. Is that better? Is that better, sugar? Okay, come on. Okay, now come on, go lay down. Go lay down. Come on. I'll play with you here in a few minutes. Okay.
Hmm.
Go lay down. All right.
Such a sensitive soul.
He is, dude. He's such a loving. He really is. It's funny though, but sometimes he's a little standoffish. He's got
Mhm.
like he's got the personality kind of like a cat, kind of, but not a cat.
He's got moods,
Yeah, he's got cattish.
biorhythms and moods, you know.
Yeah.
Not every moment is equally good. So let's narrow down the topic for the first study group.
Okay.
So I think it should be addiction and recovery in general,
Okay.
and I think it should be a kind of debate discussion about the disease model. Is it a disease? Um, we're not making any moral judgments. We know we're not going that way. But what does Dr. Lucan say about it? And so that's where I start to begin to influence the conversation. And we can ease our way into it, but we'll put out some of the more central assumptions or assertions. Like I think it's motivated behavior, right? So we're looking for motivation. We're not looking for brain signals or brain trails. We're looking for behavior and the mind. So I tend to discuss it in terms of the hardware of the brain or the software of the mind, and I'm interested in the software. So that's where the entire framework really gets focused. Not that I ignore what's happening in the brain, and I can talk about it. We can talk about it, but it's a little like saying that if I imagine my Aunt Matilda, that somehow my brain is doing something that we could tell had something to do with Aunt Matilda, and there's no way we would find Aunt Matilda in my brain. She's only in my mind, right?
Yeah.
So when he thinks of Aunt Matilda, there's a bunch of energy, that we see activity in a certain part of his limbic system. And then you say, is she cute? Maybe that's why the action. He actually has a thing for her. Or is he afraid of her? Is it fear? Like, in other words, we're still going to go to the mind after we figure out that the brain is active. And then, if we're going to talk to me about Aunt Matilda, it doesn't make any difference that you know that there's a nerve ending that gets excited when she gets mentioned. In other words, the whole problem, if it has anything to do with Aunt Matilda, is going to involve the mind, not the brain. So if we look at your history and we say, well, there was some DNA from his dad, yeah, but the conversation about who your dad was and who you were relative to your mom and who you were relative to other people and your experiences had everything to do with the conclusions that you drew about who you were, your potential, and how much the world was ready for you. And that, the brain, okay, ADD, yeah. I mean, it's not like again, it's not zero, right? So ADD meant that you had a bigger challenge. The other thing that ADD meant is you also had some gifts that went unnoticed, which is catching up to you finally, even though it would have been a lot better for you if it had caught up to you about 30 years ago, because your self-esteem would not have taken such a hit.
Well, I mean, uh, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but the the progression that medicine has taken in the last, I mean, just in the last, I'd say, year or two, it's ridiculous.
Hmm.
They said that we have there's a gene in our DNA that's turned off, but if the scientists figure out how to turn it on, like we'll be able to like regrow like limbs like a lizard or whatever. Like it's
Hmm.
ridiculous. It's like we actually have the gene in our body to do that stuff, but it's been turned off. Like millions of years ago, it was turned off. Well, obviously, we already know how it was turned off, but you know,
I know who turned it off.
yeah, it was
Some religious fanatic turned it off.
Mr. Peterson. Mr. Peterson did it.
Some religious fanatic way back in the day. God wouldn't want us to be lizard-like.
We're not supposed to be lizards. We're yeah,
And, and God was
we're
saying
mammals.
that was a hidden superpower, you idiot. Go to hell. That person went to hell, and we never seen that ability since.
But I mean, it
Yeah.
just I'm gonna start sending you some of these things that I've seen, like, and I make sure like I do some like research on it, like if they're saying like um they have the way to extend the telomeres on your DNA to 200 times 200. So I mean that means you'd essentially be able to live for like a couple hundred years at least. And now they have the way to re what's it called, turn back aging and stuff now. They've been able to do it in lab rats and mice.
So we'll have a feature, Nick's conspiracy theory of the week, and
Yeah.
you'll go on about it, and then Dr. Lugans will listen to the podcast, and he'll give us 2 cents on the theory.
He's like, no, I don't think this was a very solid one.
And we'll have a coming and going conversation. Well, he thought that was full of shit, but anyway, next one.
uh,
This one, he says, shows some promise, and he had a comeback question. Now I have to go back and do some more research. So you're studying my material, I'll study yours, that kind of thing,
hey,
right? Right, and we'll let anybody bring it in. I mean, Bria could bring something in, and Nick Sellers could bring something in. Why not? It's like an open dialogue. But the idea is that it'll be some useful conversation for people, no matter what. Get people thinking. And people don't have to be drunk at a bar to have interesting conversations.
very
And
true.
that's what we're going to prove. And there'll be some self-help, and there will be moments where some therapeutically magical things can happen, and people will be eavesdropping, but people will be benefiting. And as long as we realize our audience is benefiting, it'll be worth getting together and doing. And money will come. Money will definitely come.
I mean, I have no doubt about that, but um, it's just I just I mean I'm really excited because like I've not really had much of a something to look forward to, you know what I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
and I guess the whole grand scheme of things, and like this is something that would be you know very what's the word, very appeal. It's very appealing to me because it's got different facets to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not like you go to, like, let's say I worked at a factory. Every day I know I'm gonna go to the factory. I'm gonna do this, and this. Every day it's the same thing, same thing, same thing, same thing. And you get burnt out, and it gets old, and it gets tired. It gets old. But something like this, it's like it's new. Like every time, every day is a new thing. It's a new adventure. It's a new
Yeah,
you know
it's new and potentially valuable.
yes, and
So,
meaningful.
right. So, I mean, if you do something and make money, it has some value, right? You make some money. But this could be way more valuable than that. And
Yeah,
so
this is like you make money, but like you can feel good about it. Like you're
you
actually
can
like
feel good about it.
you're giving back or something. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely. Totally. Your life counts for something. And, I believe we all have that inner purpose to feel like what we do counts. Minimally, we want what we do and who we are to be considered legitimate. But beyond legitimate, we'd like for it to be kind of special. Does it actually help? Like,
yeah, I think it
yeah,
does.
yeah. Well, that's the point. So you now have a chance, and nobody giving you a break or seeing your talent, and now you have a chance to, stick your tongue out and prove them all wrong. So I like it.
Like nah 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 nah.
Fuck you, and the boat you
Eat
came in
shit,
on.
mother humper.
Fuck you, the boat you came in on that I'm now buying from you. Hey,
Yeah, I'm
boy.
buying that boat, and I'm sinking it with you in it.
Nope, we don't do vengeance anymore. We forgive. That's right, I forgot.
Yes, sir. We don't do vengeance, but you
Right,
know what?
right after the last feast of vengeance, we're gonna go back
It
to
does
forgiving.
doesn't mean that I don't have to like secretly wish not good things upon you.
Yeah, right. And you're always free to air it out. Like I picture like ripping your head off and reaching down your neck and making you
And
eat your
pulling
words.
everything you had for dinner last
But
night
then
out.
I think, I don't think I want to go to that trouble. So I'll just spit at you instead.
I think I'll
Eh,
just tell you nice things about yourself.
I'll make you look in the mirror. How about gag on that? There you
Oh
go.
yeah, choke on
Yeah.
the view of yourself.
You could, yeah,
You, you vile
you could see
creature.
yourself like I see you finally. Oh, yucky. Yeah, no, look, you're a human being and you're a legitimate guy. You got a lot to give, and people would see you as a diamond in the rough, but I think you're pretty diamondy anyway. So, rough is in the eye,
Diamond esque.
rough is in the eye of the beholder, right?
Diamond
Um,
esque.
I thought Aaron Rodgers was a little rough, but he was a damn good quarterback. How about the Hoosiers? Did you see the IU victory in the college?
No.
Uh,
What happened?
Indiana Hoosiers, the IU
Yeah,
football
I
team.
know. Yeah, but they
Yeah,
were like,
they won the college championship.
oh, they did.
They're the champions of the season. Yeah,
But
last
for
Monday,
football?
last Monday night football. 16-0 season, the first undefeated 16-0 team since 1894.
What?
Yep, look it up.
1894? Over 100 years?
1894. Yeah, well, they didn't play 16 games. That was part of the reason. They had some other teams had some undefeated season, but never 16-0. 1894 was the last one they played 16 games, and some team won it all. They didn't lose a game. So yeah,
So
and
wait, and wait, what was the score of the last game? The last one?
like 27-24.
Oh, it was close.
Or yeah, it was close. Yeah, no, it was 27-21. They won by 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, the other team had a chance to potentially win it, and then IU intercepted it and ended the game. But both my boys graduated from
They
IU.
both graduated from there?
Yeah. See my
Wow.
hat? See my hat?
Yeah. Who's ya? Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy? Yeah. And Mark Cuban is, the famous rich graduate.
Oh, I didn't know Mark Cuban graduated from there.
Owner of the Mavericks, former owner. I guess he sold his share, but yeah, billionaire. Shark Tank. Yeah, Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban.
Yeah, he's a Hoosier. So I'm gonna figure out what happened with Bria. I want to do another joint meeting. If Sellers can't be up for the inaugural one, we're gonna go ahead without him. He'll be on the special
He'll be on
characters
the special
list.
bus.
He'll be on the special bus. Um, I'm gonna send the thing one thing that I want you to study. It'll be one thing. I'm gonna pick it, and then each of you will get it. We'll have Sellers study it if he maybe he can phone in or something. I don't know, or send in a question. Because I'll leave the seat open for him. Um, I might invite a guy named Doug, in part because he also would greatly benefit. I know he would be interested, so I'm going to kind of vet him a little further. I might add him. I might have him replace Sellers temporarily. Whatever. You and Bria may end up forming the basis. I think you two could hit it off. You could
Will
tell
be the 18.
she's pretty cool. Um, and
Where
I
does she
think,
live? Does she live here in Florida?
huh?
She lives here in Florida?
No, she lives in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. But
Oh.
she's up for moving. She says she doesn't want to be in Tulsa.
I was gonna say, what the fuck's in Oklahoma?
Well, her family, but I mean,
Oh.
it's not gonna last. She can't stay there, but she's there for right now. But she is looking to get out, so maybe we'll have her rent from you or something. I don't know. We can help her do
Hey,
that.
I have extra room.
I mean, maybe we'll go further with this podcast or something. But yeah, so get excited. It is happening. Reassure your peeps. I'll talk to your mom this week. And then, at some point I'll talk to Brian Senior. I'll have him sponsor the lift off the ground part, if he wants. But yeah, onward and upward. I mean, again, fasten your seatbelt. We could take off, so just get ready.
I'm ready. I say let's fly.
When I send you this thing, when I send you anything, let me know you got it. So that
Okay,
that,
okay.
that begins to give me the feedback loop. Let me know you got it, and then let me know when you've digested it. And for this thing, I want you to read it. I mean, don't read it. I want you to listen to it, watch it. But I didn't want you to watch it again and formulate some questions. Okay? Or make notes. Like that's an important point. I want to emphasize that one. So in other words, you're bringing to the study group a bit of preparation, and you have an angle, you have some questions, you have some things you draw, conclusions you agree with, or whatever, you know. So you'll have a familiarity. You don't have to be an expert, but it's clear that you read it. And then she'll have you listen to it, so she'll do the same thing. And then we'll watch spontaneously what the two of you put together. Then if we have to do more guiding or fine tuning just because, we'll do that. But we're going to let it be organic as much as possible.
I
See
like
how, do
that.
you
Yeah,
see the
yeah.
simple formula? Yeah, it's pretty simple. I mean, you don't have to pretend you know things that you don't know, you know. Some things interest you, you're going to bring them up. Some things lead to a question, and you ask it, right? And then the other person ventures an answer, but you got the expert behind the scenes. It's my shit you're talking about. So, this is what he's been doing with his clients for 87 years. How old's the guy? I don't know,
I
14?
heard he's kind of up there.
Yeah, right. He,
I
he used to have
heard.
hair. I
I,
remember when he had hair.
I
Yeah.
mean, I do remember him having more hair at one point.
Yeah. There was that time. He used to be able to walk and bend over at the same time. It's amazing. All right. Look for that. Communicate to me when you get it.
So
Look for,
what
look.
are you gonna just send it to me like through email?
Yeah, I can send it as a text over the phone.
Yeah. Text is probably best because I know I'll get it for sure.
Yeah, text it over your phone. You've gotten some of them over the phone, right? Haven't I texted some of them to you over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
phone?
I've got a
Yeah,
few over the phone.
yeah, I can do the phone. At some point, I'm going to share whole notebooks, but I'm not sure what goes on with that yet. I want to make sure I know what it's sending and what it means. So I might actually enlist you in doing the research on that, like being on the receiving end and tell me what happens. But if you can get a hold of the whole notebook, that would be a game changer because then you could input some of your own questions even without me being there. You could ask
So
the AI that has my information.
wait, but there's no way for you're the only person who has access to the AI, right?
I have access to the AI. I'm the only one that's given this AI my information. No one else can access my information on this AI.
But what if I have what if I have my own AI that helps me with you know coming up with stuff and
Yeah, no, you can. You can. In other words, mine will manufacture the stuff for the study group. You can go. You could throw what I do into your AI and have it. What AI? What do you think of this shit? You could have your own talking about it, and that would be useful. I know Doc fed his idea to LM Notebook, so I asked Perplexity what they thought. You know what I mean, or Claude, whatever.
actually
And,
I like using. Do you ever use Grok?
yeah, or Grok. You could
I
ask
like
Grok.
Grok. It feels like more
Regular,
real.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, well then I think you should do that and share it with me. Let me know. Because maybe we make Grok the fourth person. You know what I mean? Like we can do a lot of things with this. You understand? So if you have an idea about what'll make it entertaining, what'll make it richer, whatever, don't hesitate to shop it by us. Because we're making this up as we go along. And look, AI is arriving the day before yesterday, so we have no fucking idea how much it could be already. What has happened with AI has led me to think we could do this, right? So now if we're going to add more AI, well, we don't want the humans to disappear, though. We want us to be featured,
Oh,
right?
of course.
Right. So we're going to phone it in. We're just going to let AI show up for us.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just write me the check. We'll spend the checks.
This is my AI double.
Nobody will get better, but they print that money.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, the AI is gonna help us print the money too.
Exactly. Make the perfect counterfeit dollar. And I'm sure somebody's out there trying it.
You know that they got rid of the penny.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, that's kind of it was overdue, but I
Yeah,
mean,
I was like, I should have got rid of that thing like over 100 years ago.
yeah, yeah. No, but I mean, how do you? That's not easy to do. All right. All right, no more pennies.
No
No more
more
nickels. Right,
primaries.
right. No more $5 bills.
No more,
Anyway,
no more tens, 20s, 30s, any of that.
anyway,
Yeah,
so
sooner or later, they're not going to have any tangible money anymore. It's all going to be digital.
now that's coming faster than you think. Already Holly's paying with goldbacks. You know what goldbacks are?
What is it?
Goldbacks?
No,
Look it up, goldbacks.
gold backs. Was it like
Goldbacks.
gold?
Yeah, it is gold. It's real gold and it's used as currency. So they're like little slivers of gold that are shaped like a paper. But there is gold weight and real gold, and it goes up and down based on the cost of the currency.
So it's actual tangible gold that you could.
Yeah, yeah, it's real gold. Yeah, you're getting a
Where
piece
do you
of
get
gold.
where do you get that at?
I don't know where they get it. I just, I know Holly's got paid by it. She just got $9,000 worth of the currency. But it's a little like getting paid with crypto because, gold is going up and going up and going up at this point. So if you hold on to it, it's a tangible asset. It's not just money. It's not just symbolic. So, but we had that's one of the sponsors of her fight league right now. So we could end up making a deal with some of these people too. When you're talking about monetizing, there's a lot of things we can do. We'll get creative about that piece. In the meantime, just look for the invitations and respond when I give you the stuff. I'm gonna get at least Bria to look at the same, you know, video. I guess I'll use the video, the same 5 to 10 minute video. And then I'm going to, after I make sure that you two have seen it and are ready, we'll convene for the next beta test, which will be the first study group.
Okay.
If Nick catches up in time, we'll include him. I don't think I'll include Doug yet. I want to see what you two or you three do first.
Okay.
Okay. And so I'm leaving town to go to Connecticut Thursday to Sunday, so nothing's going to happen except for maybe set up a meeting this
Okay.
week, right? So, I mean, you and I may talk again, but that week that I get back, we want to be able to launch. And so you will have had the study thing, you'll have had a week to look at it. So then we'll get together and do the first launch.
Well, man, I'm ready, dude. I'm
You
ready.
pumped? Yeah,
I'm pumped.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
get
So
it.
so share with your mom that we talked, and I'll talk to her this week and let her
No,
know
no,
that I'll.
she told me she was calling you today. Is what she said. She's like, oh,
I
dude, I'm gonna call him later on this evening. Although I said that's funny because I'm talking to him later on this evening too.
Yeah, okay. Well then, so she and I can talk tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'll talk to her tonight. So all right, you got it.
Yes, sir, my man. Let's get this
Good,
going.
good work. Yeah, keep your boys happy there,
Oh
and
yeah, keep them happy and alive.
good luck with the nut chopping ceremony, and
Yeah.
tell
All
him
right.
he's in my thoughts and prayers.
Hey, you know what? I might even tell him let me get his balls so I can feed it to him.
All right,
All right, my man.
all right, Nick. I'll talk to you.
Take it